Wait, did your notary commission just expire? Or maybe it's creeping up on you? Well, before you stamp even one more document, you need to hear this. In the state of Missouri, performing a notarial act without an active, valid commission isn't just a minor oopsie, it is a Class E felony. That is a massive legal risk. So let's dive into this explainer, because keeping your commission active is absolutely crucial to protecting yourself and the public you serve.
Welcome to The Explainer. I am so thrilled to have you here today. We are focusing on a complete, in-depth guide on exactly how to renew your Missouri Notary Commission. We're going to unpack the exact steps, the true costs, the incredibly strict deadlines, and those hidden pitfalls you absolutely have to avoid. If you rely on your notary stamp for your job or your business, consider this your essential roadmap to seamlessly navigating the renewal process.
Here is our game plan for today. We'll start with an introduction and eligibility requirements, then walk step by step through the renewal process. After that, we'll cover the fees, those strict deadlines, common mistakes to dodge, and we'll wrap up with some pro tips to really maximize your commission. Let's jump right in.
Section 1, Introduction to Missouri Notary Renewal. Understanding your public office. You know, the state of Missouri actually views the office of a notary public as a vital public trust rather than a mere administrative formality. Think about it. You are literally a frontline defense against fraud. You're the one validating identities for huge, high-value transactions, real estate transfers, and legal affidavits. Because the stakes are so incredibly high, the state intentionally makes the renewal process rigorous to ensure you're completely up to date on all the modern laws and record-keeping standards. Which brings us to a very important number, 4. In Missouri, a notary commission lasts for exactly 4 years. It's an immutable term. And here is the kicker. It does not auto-renew. You have to actively initiate the requalification process yourself. The second you hit that expiration date, your authority instantly vanishes, and you have to pause all notarial acts, no exceptions. Moving right along to Section 2, Requirements and Eligibility. Who can renew? So what are the baseline prerequisites? Let's rapidly run through them. You've got to be at least 18 years old, be able to read and write English, and be a legal resident of the U.S. But Missouri also takes your character very seriously. If you've had a notary commission revoked, literally anywhere in the past 5 years, you're out. And crucially, any felony convictions or guilty pleas to crimes involving dishonesty or moral turpitude within the past 5 years, that is an absolute deal breaker for getting commissioned. Now, notice the fascinating differences based on where you actually live. Missouri allows both resident and non-resident notaries. If you're a resident, you get statewide authority. Awesome. But for non-residents, say you live in a neighboring state but commute to work in Missouri. You can be commissioned, but you can only use your seal in the course of your Missouri employment. Plus, non-residents legally have to designate the Missouri Secretary of State as their process agent to accept legal documents on their behalf. Kind of crazy, right? Let's get into the meat of it. Section 3, Step-by-Step Renewal Process, your roadmap to reappointment. Here is your big picture timeline. The state highly recommends initiating this entire process roughly 6 weeks before your current commission expires. Honestly, some experts even say give it up to 3 months. You just do not want any operational gaps where you can't work. The journey basically happens in 3 phases. First, getting your application approved by the state. Second, handling the local swearing in at your county clerk. And third, finalizing everything back with the state. Let's break down that first phase. Step 1, you have to complete an approved 3-hour notary training course, and you've got to finish it within 3 weeks of your initial login. Step 2, you sit for a state-administered exam, and you must pass with an 80% or higher. Once you knock that out, you log into the Secretary of State portal. Now listen, this is absolutely vital. When you log in, you must use your old commission number. This retrieves your history and keeps the state's database perfectly in sync so they know you're renewing, not a brand new applicant. Once you submit that application with your $25 fee and the state approves it, you'll get a commission letter. Armed with that letter, you immediately purchase a 4-year $10,000 surety bond. Next, you literally physically take that bond down to your local county clerk, swear your oath of office, and give them a handwritten signature specimen that exactly matches your name. Finally, you pack up the executed oath and bond, throw them in an envelope, and mail them straight back to the Secretary of State. Section 4, Fees and Deadlines, Budgeting Time and Money. Let's talk numbers. The state filing fee is a flat $25.
That 10 grand surety bond usually runs about $30 to $45. Your local county clerk is going to charge a swearing-in fee, which varies from $3 to $25 depending on where you are. And finally, your mandatory supplies, like your brand new stamp and journal, will run you between $30 and $70. Add it all up, and your total estimated cost for 4 years of commission is roughly between $88 and $195. But honestly, the money is the easy part. Look closely at these deadlines. From the exact day the state issues your commission letter, you have exactly 60 days to buy your bond, get to the county clerk, and get sworn in. And the moment you take that oath at the clerk's office, you have exactly 7 days to get those documents postmarked and mailed back to the state. Missing either that 60-day local window or that 7-day mailing window automatically voids your brand new commission. You literally have to start the whole thing over from scratch. Section 5. Common mistakes. Pitfalls to avoid. Compare a beautifully crisp, perfect stamp impression to a totally disastrous one. You know what you absolutely cannot do? You can't just take a pen and draw a line through your old expiration date to write in the new one. You also cannot stamp over text or someone's signature. If your seal isn't a clean, clear impression, receiving authorities are going to instantly reject any document you touch. Here are a few more critical slip-ups. Creating a duplicate SOS portal account instead of retrieving your old one, that triggers a massive database headache. Another one? Literally just forgetting to order a brand new seal that has your updated dates printed on it. Also, failing to use a permanently bound paper journal. No loose leaf notebooks allowed. And here's a huge source of friction: an employer trying to keep your stamp if you leave the company. Listen, your stamp and journal are your exclusive personal property, even if your employer paid for them. They belong to you because the legal liability is entirely yours. Moving to Section 6. Additional tips. Maximizing your commission. If you really want to take your renewed commission to the next level, look into RON, or Remote Online Notarization. As a commissioned traditional notary, you can actually register with the state to perform notarizations digitally via live, two-way video. Your signer could be anywhere. Sure, this requires special software and an extra online training course, but it is an incredible bonus revenue stream for anyone willing to take that extra digital step. Finally, let's lock in some operational best practices. Always use a permanently bound numbered paper journal for traditional acts. Keep your stamp and journal locked away under your exclusive control when you aren't using them. If your tools ever get lost or stolen, you have exactly 10 days to report it to law enforcement and the state so they can kill that commission number. And the same goes for your life. If your name, home address, or employer changes midterm, you legally have 10 days to notify the state and pay a tiny amendment fee. Don't go rogue using outdated info. And that brings us to the end of our explainer. Please remember to refer to the official Missouri Secretary of State guidelines because rules do change, and this is a general guide, not personalized legal advice. But I really want to leave you with this final thought. Getting through this renewal process isn't just about keeping your side hustle going or meeting a job requirement. It's about protecting the integrity of legal documents across the entire state. So are you ready to renew your commitment to that public trust? Thanks for joining me on The Explainer, and stay compliant out there.